Great things about the book is that when I first read the book, I didn't know anything about it, and I sort of met this character, Lou Ford, and I was sort of, was kind of going along with the ride, for the ride with him, and I thought he was going to be the person through who we kind of see this story and meet these other different characters. I knew kind of what the genre was, and I had an idea of how it was going to unfold. And then at a certain point, I don't remember when, but it was done really well, and you realize that this guy who you've sort of related to, who's telling you this story, and is completely insane, and it kind of takes you by surprise. And then there's another twist where you realize that he's not completely insane, and that you start to learn more about who he is, and you sort of, I felt like that Thompson had a pretty good handle on how much he let you into the character and the mind of the Ford, and sort of was toying with the reader a little bit, and I thought that the script did almost as good a job as that, and that's what I liked. I was sort of most excited about playing this person who, on the surface, might seem like they are, people. I knew people would have a kind of knee-jerk response to repulsion. Like, there's this horrible guy who kills his women and does all this stuff, but that underneath that would be the story in which you would learn that he was someone who was abused as a little kid, who was beaten as a kid, and that there's actually a message in there. Not that the book or the movie is so pointed just to be kind of didactic, or but there are a lot of ideas there that it's not without any thought that the violence happens. At least, really, it's not just laid out to be a kind of, sensational story with some blood and guts and this kind of gory thing. But there was a real reason behind it. And then looking at some of his other books, I started to feel like there were some themes, some recurring themes, some recurring characters, and that I realized that whatever was happening for Jim Thompson, I don't know a lot about it, but that it meant something to him, that it was that the things he was writing about were personal, and that therefore kind of were authentic in some way, and that authenticity would support the movie, because you never really know. You find a script and it seems pretty good, you don't know if it has legs or if it doesn't, or what you're going to discover about it. It's just, it's like, an archaeological dig. I mean, I've never been in an archaeological dig, but it's like you find one little thing and you start brushing away and you hope there's going to be a dinosaur because it looks like a claw, or a foot or whatever. And then, and this seemed like there might be a dinosaur underneath because of those things. And because I trust Michael and seems to have such great taste and so many really good movies, and seemed like a very thoughtful guy. And when he showed up at my house, I really believed in him.